dating with intention now. Letting go of fear, learn to love me first, yeah. Healing all my scars, now I'm showing up whole, knowing who you are. No more settling for less, I choose truth, I choose me. If it's real, let it grow. If it's fake, let it be. Day, affirm the real. Got that feel, love you can feel. We speak life, yeah, we reveal. Hearts align, this love is real. Day, affirm the real. Love starts here.
Love starts here.
I don't see us on IG.
Oh, let me get it on Instagram.
I don't see us on IG.
You know, be taking a minute on Instagram. It take a minute.
Poppin'. I don't.
Hello, everybody.
What's up, everybody? Good evening. Good evening. Happy Tuesday. We are back at another Tuesday.
Yay. Happy Tuesday. It's
And
not
here
all
we
stupid either on Instagram.
Yeah, it's still right there.
There it is. I found it. It popped up.
Found it?
Oh, oops.
Good evening. Good evening. Happy Tuesday. You found that?
I found it. Here we are.
Oh, I found that. I found it.
Hey, affirm the real.
Love starts here. What up, y'all? We're back at another Tuesday. Sorry for the delay starting that. We got to make sure we have all of our socials up so we can get that shared out with people. Make sure people come on and get engaged with us. We are excited to be here with you all this evening. As always, thank you for showing up, for supporting, for sharing, for doing all the things. Can't do it without you guys. So welcome.
Welcome.
So for those that don't know, who may be coming on for the first time, I am Keya McLean, the poet, and that beauty right there. Mm-hmm.
It's Shimeka Arnold, the DAR therapist.
Oh. Drops the mic. What's up, y'all? I haven't done this in a while, but we're going to do it tonight. We're going to turn the hourglass. Why are we turning the hourglass? Because this keeps us on task. Because if you've never heard me and Shimeka talking, we can talk, okay? We can get it going, and we'll go longer than an hour. So we want to stay on task this evening. Okay. This is a really good conversation for us to have this evening. So hoping you guys are excited to join this conversation when your standards change. Shimeka, what you think about when you hear me say when your standards change?
It's something we talk about all the time. How we, how as we're getting older, things are changing, what our expectations are from not only others, but ourselves.
You heard?
Yes.
Y'all heard? So, and I think sometimes when people hear certain words, they can be triggering for people. Mm-hmm. Sometimes when people hear words like standards, they get standards. Mm-hmm. Who do you think you are? Well, we should all have standards. I'm sorry to break it to you guys. Yeah. Like, you should have standards. Mm-hmm. And so, go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say too. It's always funny when people have the standards, but you don't want to say that it's a standard. Mm-hmm. Like using the word to explain what it is. It's like, but that's what you do when you're like, I have certain expectations for myself, and again for people that I'm in a friendship or relationship with.
Well, we are in a time where we are shamed for having personal viewpoints or thoughts that may not line up with the masses. And one of the things that we do on here is that we do talk about, creating your own narrative and your own path for you. That's rather than trying to fit into this society, and the boxes that the society has created. I talk about that on my other podcast, which is just me on that podcast, the Healing Poetic Podcast. If you guys want to go over there and check it out, Shameless plug. I never plug it over here, okay? But it's a shameless
I'm
plug.
glad you do, because I was thinking we could actually have conversations about what you talk about too.
Well, cousin, well, maybe we might make that happen now.
What?
Yeah, because it's been really, really interesting lately, right? Like
Mhm.
the things I've been talking about. The
Yes.
series that I have on that side is called the Box in the Sky series, where I
Mhm.
talk about being in the box or sky, going to the
Limitless.
sky,
Yes. Yes.
unlimited thoughts,
Mhm.
unlimited ways that you can go
Choices,
about some things.
limited choices.
Yeah. Yes, unlimited
Mhm.
choices. Yes, thank you for that. So when I think about standards on the personal side, I think about creating or coming up with ways that are comfortable for me, right? So when I create a standard, it's like, you know, I personally would like my standards to be met
Mhm.
because those are things that
Mhm.
I would personally do as
Mhm.
well. But those standards have changed over
Mm.
time. Now, I'm going to tell you just one thing that helped. I'm not going to say helped me because that's not the word I want to use. I'm going to tell you one thing that created a totally different way of how I saw my
Mhm.
standards. And it may be surprising to some of you all. And so, to engage you all, to get you all to engage with us early on, can anybody think of one thing that may have changed the way I thought about standards or changed my standards overall?
Mhm.
Anybody want to take a stab at that and guess?
I wouldn't have the YouTube up right here on the side.
You got YouTube
Mm-mm.
up?
It's on the side.
Oh, you're right.
The messages.
We don't have the comments.
Mhm.
We don't have the. Can we get the comment section up,
Side.
babe? Since I am wanting audience participation for this particular question. So again, you all, the question is, can anybody guess something that was very instrumental in how I started to look at standards? Can you think of anything that may have happened? Nobody's guessing.
But you know,
We're not
too.
waiting long. We only got an hour.
I was gonna say too, like even like because maybe we didn't consider the standard.
That's a good one, cousin.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we didn't consider the standard.
Mm-hmm. Or consider whatever we
Hmm.
changed a standard.
Hmm. Okay. Let's dig deeper into that. Because now, before I share mine, now I'm curious about that, cousin.
Mm-hmm.
What does that look like?
So, like for me, like I didn't consider, like so I was saying, because I was thinking, okay, because I was just who was I just telling this to? I was just telling this to my one of my clients, and I was saying, I said it's interesting because when I was younger, like I would just look at a guy and be like, "Ooh, right? You don't have to say nothing. Don't talk to me. I don't care. Just come here, right?" But now that I'm older, I'm like, "No, I need some good conversation. I need, So
Yeah.
my standards have changed, but I didn't consider it as standard, right? I just was like, "Oh, that just changed, right?"
Uh-huh. That's a good
Mm-hmm.
one. That's a good one. Y'all hear that? I like that
Mm-hmm.
one. So one of the things, this is gonna probably be very surprising to people, but I'm gonna go a little deeper and explain why this has affected my standards. Death,
Mm.
grief, changed my standard. I'm gonna tell you
Okay.
why. Because I saw that life is too
Mm.
short.
Mm.
It completely, and I'm reminded of it often. And so I consider the fact that, why do anything unhappy? I don't need to care about society's thoughts about it. I don't need to care about my family's
At
thoughts
all.
about it because life is
Mm-hmm.
fleeting. People, there's that saying that, you never know what's going to happen day to day. You never know what's going to happen
Moment to
moment to
moment,
moment.
for real.
There are people that passed away that I just talked to them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's moment to moment. It's not day to
At
day.
all.
And when you recognize that, you understand that you don't want, hey, Angie, you don't want to put yourself in position to miss out on the life you absolutely deserve.
Right.
And so that helped me to reshape my standards. I don't have to tolerate bad behavior. I don't have to tolerate you lying. I don't have to tolerate XYZ, whatever that may be, because my life is that important to me that while I'm here, I want to be happy. I deserve that happiness. And so death was definitely an integral part of me changing my standards. I told you that would be surprising.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. So anybody in the audience want to share something that changed their standards? Or cousin, you want to share another thing that
I was going to say, also recognizing that everybody's not going to like me and everybody's not for me. You know, like just because somebody doesn't want to talk to me or doesn't want to, does not mean that my value goes down, right? So I've learned that it's okay to say, okay, maybe this is not gonna work out. It's okay. Yeah. I've learned to say it's okay. It's nothing against you. It's nothing against me. It's just that we're not compatible, and that's okay.
And that standard, I think is good, especially when you recognize there are stages to building connections with people, right? And so, like you said before, the standard before wasn't really a standard. It was, I look at you, you're attractive, let's go, right? But then the standard began to have layers to it, right? The standard began to have, okay, now is this in place? And is that in place? And is that in place? And you go up that ladder of standards, right? Is there good conversation?
Right.
Is there a true connection? Are we, is it a flow? Energetically, do we match? Does it make sense? And so all of those things, like I'll call it the ladder of determining if whether or not, okay, these standards are met. This is something that's important to me. Met. That's something important to me. Met. And you may even hit 2 steps where it's like, but is that something that you're willing to work through or not? And then you get to determine that. That's kind of like what you're talking about. It's like recognizing that this person or that person may or may not be for me, and that's okay.
But
because
sorry.
Go ahead.
So I would say even in doing that though, recognizing I have to identify what who I am. Right? I'm a weirdo, so I like talking about weird shit. I like talking about magic and weird shit, and because I believe that we're powerful. So I'll be like, oh
yeah.
I'd be like, oh, when somebody tell me, I'm like, yeah, tell me about that, And some people be like, girl, stop being weird. Like, you're a weirdo. You're a weirdo. And I'd be like, okay, well, that's okay. Yeah. But again, I had to identify that for me. First I had to understand who I was.
Yep.
And be okay.
Which is major.
And be okay with it.
Yep.
And be okay with people.
Because you got to be okay with you if you want other people to be okay with you.
Because people will look at me funny. Because I'll get up and dance and we'll be at a restaurant, but they playing live music. Why would I not dance? Even though there's no dance floor. Why would you have live music if you didn't want nobody to dance?
There's a video going around of this girl. I'm gonna have to send it to you. We'll talk about it offline because I was about to go on something totally different. Like we was just talking between.
Right.
But I'll send the video to you because she kind of talks about what you're saying. Now, I got some questions for you guys. How do you know when your standards have genuinely evolved? What's the what's the indicator that, you know what, my standards have changed? I don't see things, because sometimes we don't even recognize that our standards have changed. We just kind of are growing and moving through it, and we're not taking time to pause and recognize those things about ourselves. So what, for those of you that are listening, how do you know when your standards have evolved? And I'll share one of the ways that I know that my standards were genuinely evolving. And that was when certain things just didn't matter the same way anymore. So, for instance, it would be like, hey, Don, what up? When it would be like, I would feel like I had to go to a certain place on a particular date, first, second, third date. Oh, you got to take me here. You know, we got to do this. It's got to be like that. And my standards from the past are actually very different than my standards now. Right. And so I was able to recognize that about myself, because I was like, well, if we do this, I'm really not going to get an opportunity to get to know who you are. And I want to get to know who you are. Right. And so that's one of the ways. I answered the question first, y'all. I answered the question first. Now it's your turn. How do you know when your standards have genuinely evolved?
We need to think. The
Babe, do you want to answer, babe, or Shimeka? You want to answer?
I know that I know that my standards have changed once, based off of who I keep in my circle. Right.
That's good.
I remember oh, Mr. Don Morrison.
He says, I knew my standards changed once I realized that going to clubs are no longer the thing to do.
Right.
Yep. That was one for me too. Like, because I was a clubber. Oh, baby, I was in the club. Oh, I almost forgot. Okay, we got Sir. He says, when your tolerance changes. Yes.
Yep.
That was a big one for me too. Y'all on fire now. Y'all on fire.
I love it.
Keep coming with it. So let's go back to Don's. He says, I knew my standards changed once I realized that going to clubs are no longer the thing to do. Now, I told you that was a big one for me too, because I was a clubber. And I kind of had waves of this though. And so I would have times where I was really in the clubs, then I wasn't, then I was really in the clubs, then I wasn't. And once I got out, and I was out for so long, I just really had no desire. In fact, right now, I truly hate big crowds. And a lot of people don't know that about me. But I hate being in big crowds, because I don't like for people to touch me. I don't like people to be so close to me that I can smell you, or like, I'm kind of funny about that. But it's one of those hidden things that people don't know about. Now you know. So yeah, I definitely understand that one. And then Sir said, when your tolerance changes. Yes. That has to do with a little bit of patience, as well as understanding who you are and what you like. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I understand who I am. I understand what I like, and that's it. So I've dealt with that. My tolerance level, man, I'm a very impatient person. And I don't have, I think it depends on who it is too. Because I can have a bunch of tolerance with certain people and then very little tolerance with most people. So, you know, that can vary for me. So thank you guys for, and it was the two men. Thank you guys for sharing. We appreciate you guys sharing that with us. Okay, cousin, now for your answer.
Oh.
You forgot. Your ass forgot.
I was thinking of another one though. I was like, what was I saying?
What else we got?
When because I remember feeling like that missing out, like, oh, I should have been there. Oh, you saw who? Oh, I should have been there. Like,
Homo.
yeah. I'll be like, oh, I was at home. And I was okay with it.
Chilling, relaxing.
Right. It's okay. I'm okay.
Yeah. And I think so. We tend to make this a negative thing when people's standards change. This is not a negative thing because oftentimes, sometimes you'll get to find that one person's standards have remained the same for 20 years and the other person's standards have completely changed. They've almost evolved into a whole other person. Then trapped themselves back into the caterpillar shit and came out a whole nother butterfly. So,
right.
Just saying, like, sometimes that happens, and that's where people grow apart and they can't find that happy medium anymore because one person hasn't shifted at all.
You know, I have a question with that now, because if you think about people getting married at a young age, right? Like, it's this thing like to get married and like, I've been married to him for years. But what happens when you grow? What happens when you guys are your own individual and you grow and you have different beliefs, like things change, your standards change. You know, could that be detrimental to the marriage or could that be beneficial to the marriage? Or do you wait to get married till you know who you are? And will you ever know who you are? Dun, dun, dun.
That is a dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Hey, put your comment up there so I can read it, please. So he says, my expectations change. What she says matters as much or more than the physical attraction.
Man, for real.
Yeah, that's good. That's good because we get caught up in the physical part only. And then you come to realize when you have conversations with people or you hanging out with people, whatever the case may be, you learn that it's not just about looks.
Right.
Let's go back to what you said early on. You said, I saw a man, he looked good. Boom, boom, bam. Come on, let's get it. Now it's like, you look good. Nope. Let's talk. Let's you know,
let's
it's like,
on the same page.
I don't know.
Right.
Yeah. So it's definitely something to evaluate. You know what I'm saying? It's something to evaluate within yourself. Is it something that is that important to you? You know? And so we got Felicia here. She says, I always thought growing apart was a cliche until I grew apart from my ex-husband that I had been with since I was 17. At 34, it changed. Like, that's the thing. That's the thing I was just talking about, right? I said, you find out 20 years later, I've done some evolving. I've done some growing. I've done some shifting. And this other person is still the same. Yeah. They're still doing the same things. And you're like, so we don't have anything in common.
It changed, yeah.
And it changes the dynamics, which is going to affect the intimacy.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
Right? It's going to affect so many other things. But once the intimacy dies, it just kind of fizzles out, right? Like,
that's what part of the intimacy, though. But that's part of the intimacy. The sharing, having shared, shared what? Not experiences, shared. You just said it. Shared things that we share together, like doing things together. That's part of the
same interest.
Yeah, shared interest.
Similar interests. Yeah.
Shared interest is part of the intimacy. And so when that changes, then the physical intimacy changes. Yeah. And so so that's the thing. So then people think about getting married younger, like this is the thing to do. And then we're told, I'm about to go on to something else. Yeah. Because then we're told we can't have kids after a certain age, but we really can. But anyway. And so we're told like it's like the expectation is to get married younger or have an older man choose a younger girl because then she can get So now, but again, she's trying to identify who she is. But see, as a woman, let me stop. I'm sorry. I'm gonna rewind.
No, go ahead. What you go ahead?
Because now, like, it's like this thing because it's an expectation, I guess, for men and women, right? It's an expectation, and so the expectation the thing as we get older and we start having our own concepts and our own ideas, then we're like, wait a minute, this no longer works. Because you think about, if we stay thinking about the 50s and the 60s and the man is the one to bring home the bacon, how much stress would they be under trying to carry a household? Girl, I live in California. You know how much rent is?
Mm-hmm.
How much rent is
Mm-hmm.
to do this all by
Yeah.
yourself and feed a whole family? You know,
Mhm.
so if we stayed stagnant, if we stayed back in thinking in those days and not changing or changing or altering, then we'll be stuck and we'll be stuck and unhappy.
See, this is why I wanted you to keep talking, because that's powerful. But and I think that's important. Let's sit with that for a minute. You said something that I thought about, but I didn't say, which is, if we keep thinking about things in the way of the 50s and the 60s, right? That's a standard change. We can't think in the same way as how they operated in the 50s and 60s. It's a totally different time, right? So every man that want to pound his chest and say I run shit, and every woman that says I want to stay at home barefoot, pregnant, and cooking all the time. No,
it's not reality now.
It's not the reality of the world that we live in right now. And so that can change. I'm not saying that some people can't live that life. Some people can afford that. Some people want that. Some people set their lives up for that. And that's different. So that's not what I'm talking about. Don't come for me. Okay.
And if you do we care?
We don't.
At all.
So, at all. So, I'm saying, like, standards change because there's that paradigm shift. And we have to be prepared for the shifts that happen in life. That's just what it is. So, if you want to stay the same, well, my mama and daddy said,
and they did this.
My grandmama and my granddaddy said, go right again.
Right. That's fine. Right. But things have changed. You know what? I remember when I had the phone, and then you know, was the flip phone, and it's like, and it was a keyboard and you was typing.
The BlackBerry.
It wasn't a BlackBerry, but it was like, you know, you had the keyboard, you was like Sidekick. Was it Sidekick? I don't know, but I was
Sidekick.
You know, typing and stuff like this, right? And I was like, and then they came out with the screen.
I ain't had one of them.
Girl, when they came out the screen, though, I was like, they taking away the keyboard. Girl, I was never gonna get rid of that keyboard. I was never going to get rid of the. I remember thinking, I ain't never changing. You think you trying to change me? What the? And I kept that keyboard, the phone wouldn't be working. The phone wouldn't have a phone. I remember being like, I ain't never getting rid of the screen. And how the screen goes, what if it mess up and then I can't press the buttons? Technology changes. Girl, technology, every 6 months, technology advances.
Yes.
Technology advances. And so
So what do you think is happening to us?
Exactly. We're going to stay here where we still holding on to sidekicks and we
even though my uncle held on to that damn flip phone. I'm talking about he ain't want to let that shit go. I was like, that thing work. I said that mug work. He had a flip phone last year.
Hilarious.
I'm talking about the old
Hilarious.
School. I said, damn, that work. Are you playing with that thing?
Is it real? Are you fooling me?
Because who is still operating flip phones? Sir, no. We're not going to do this.
But okay, even seasons change, right? The whole world changed when COVID 2020 hit. My point of view changed. Girl, I'm about to admit something. I was grown and I would drop stuff on the floor and I gave it a 5-second rule still till COVID 2020.
Wait a minute. The Gen X, as a Gen Xer, we was taught the
5-second rule.
rule. You can still pick it up and eat it.
5 seconds. Oh, Herbert, get it. And I would do it with my kids. Herbert needed it before
And you
5
right.
seconds.
COVID changed all that.
Oh.
Who said they got a phone? A flip phone?
I got the new Z Flip 5, the flip phone reinvented.
Yeah, reinvented.
He said, blow it off
got the reinvented flip phone, though.
Rise to the sky. God. That last piece, and it's on the floor.
Kiss it up to heaven. How many times did we do that?
After COVID, I stopped. After COVID, I stopped. COVID changed my standards.
COVID was like, ooh, we nasty. Ooh.
I was like,
just imagine we was drinking out of the high water hydrants. We was drinking out each other with the water hose. Yeah, we did a bunch of trifling
water faucets at school. Who's still drinking all that?
We did a bunch of trifling shit. A bunch and still live. We rode on the back of trucks and wasn't no back on it.
Strong immunity though. I got a strong immunity though.
Yeah. We swung off monkey bars outside.
Metal monkey bars.
That was hot in the summertime. Mm-hmm.
Oh, and remember that one bar, and you put your leg over, and you hold your leg, and you flip, and then you flip like this and spin on bar.
Yep,
that was fun.
Yeah, we did dangerous stuff, but then that changed, right? Because then it became that's child abuse, and that's child abuse, and then that would be child abuse too, and then that is child abuse.
Who's playing outside? Oh, catching football. Okay, sorry, stand. I was just thinking about that the other day, and I was like, I remember like playing water balloons and water fights in the streets, and with friends and running down the street catching the football, and
slid down that hot ass slide. Yep, we sure did.
Going down.
Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, everything is child abuse now. So I mean, it made us stronger people. I think that's why we all just kind of do our own things, and we be like, whatever, we got this.
Right.
You got it. But I'm gonna go to the next question, y'all.
Okay.
The next question is, what's the difference between healthy standards and impossible expectations? I love this question.
That's a good question.
What is the difference between healthy standards and impossible expectations? So a healthy standard would be that I would like someone that takes care of themselves, right?
Good hygiene.
That they go to their good hygiene, but also they go to their doctor's appointments. They do the things to take care of themselves. But a impossible expectation would be, well, I want you to become 100% vegan with me. I'm vegan. You need to become 100%. That's an impossible expectation. I can make that request, but I don't need to become impossible with it. Like you don't just want to sit up and eat Impossible burgers because I'm a vegan. That was a joke. I thought I was funny. I did it on purpose. Impossible. And vegan. Impossible burger. And you sitting there like this. Laugh at my shit, cousin. Laugh.
No, I was like, oh.
You gave me the stank face.
No, when you said, I was like, oh.
So don't be trying to make somebody.
When you said become vegan, and I thought about, did I tell you like when my brother, but it was his kidneys was messed up, right? Because he had too much protein in his kidneys. And he went to his wife and said, this is how he went to her. I need to be vegan so I can be healthier. So if you don't be vegan, when we go get a divorce. She said, okay.
See, I just gave the prime example.
But when I tell you she be cooking the vegan meals though, she be cooking the vegan meals and they don't be tasty.
Baby, that's love. Because if you come home and tell me I need to be 100% vegan, and if I don't become 100% vegan, we gonna get a divorce. Where I sign that? We ain't gotta go to court.
Because his thing was like it was life or death, right? Because it was like he was like my kidneys is really gonna fail, and he was like most people that are married and like they're trying to adjust it, change their eating habits. Like my mother,
it's hard.
My mother was vegan for 6 months. But her husband was trying to be vegan, so she went on right back, and now she got health issues and stuff like that.
Yeah. Marcus and I, we struggle with that because he probably could do more vegan stuff than me. But yeah, like I said, if that's an expectation, that's called an impossible expectation. I'm not eating impossible ass burgers. Okay. Not gonna do it. Anybody else want to comment on that or share their thoughts? What's the difference between healthy standards and impossible expectations? What's one for you, cousin?
Hold on, babe.
No, they ain't got no damn impossible steaks. And if they do, I don't want it.
Babe Ruth Chris has impossible steaks?
No, that's an insider.
Oh. How you gonna be making inside jokes and I can't be in it?
Because Ruth Chris is one of my favorite places to eat.
Oh, he said, it wasn't a comma. So I thought it was a full.
When I tell you about why I didn't respond to his
my bad. I was like, Babe Ruth Chris? What is that?
You don't know about punctuations. No. Punctuation does not exist for Marcus.
So let me reread it. Babe Ruth Chris has impossible steaks.
No question mark. I know.
No, it wasn't no question mark. He was making a statement.
No comma, no question marks, no period.
Saying, like,
you asking for too much. You asking for too much.
The goal has to be accessible, doable. You can measure if it is successful. Okay. We call it that a smart. There it is, Don. When we make goals and stuff, we call it a SMART goal. It has to be, I forgot the S, but it has to be measurable. A, R, and T.
You know what? I can't with you. You always trying to say something and don't know what it means. We're not going to do this in 2026. We got 6 months left in this year. And we're going to stop saying shit that we don't know what it means.
We're going to say it all the time. I'll be like, I don't.
Now Marcus over there Googling it. He could put it in there wrong. He could spell everything wrong. You stressing him out. Don't go Googling it, babe. Don't worry about it. She gonna look at it when we get off the live.
A is accessible.
She gonna look it up when we get off the live. Ain't nobody else had nothing to say but Don. That was very profound, yes. Don. The goal has to be accessible, doable. You can measure it if it is successful. It would be successful probably for me to go vegan, but I don't want to. So if Marcus came home and said that, I'd be like,
I'm not a real one. I'm like a pretend one. Like,
I would be like, you can eat vegan and I'm going to eat, cheeseburger and French fries over here. Not every day, but
I keep hiding them. I keep hiding. I don't know why I keep hiding.
I'm moving on, y'all. The next question. Okay. Why she going through what she going through over there? The next question is, why do some relationships struggle when we begin growing? This kind of goes back to what Felicia said earlier. Why do relationships suffer? Anybody want to answer that or respond to that? Have any thoughts on that? I think they struggle because the person that you came in knowing is not that person anymore. I think that happens even in friendships, right? That happens in all dynamics, even work, right? It can happen at work. I came in as one person, but I've evolved since I started this job.
We've evolved.
And it no longer aligns with who I am, right?
And that's okay.
Or it's
and
okay.
That's another thing too, because like it's always interesting too, because remember when we grew up and it was like, no, you made that decision, you can't change it. What is it? Like it was like for a forcing to be like, you made that decision, so you got to follow through. But what if in the midst of it, you're like, this is not what I want to do?
Growth is comfortable and we do not grow at the same rate.
Growth is uncomfortable.
Okay.
Sometimes things can change, and it might be even like again when COVID hit, like my mindset changed about a lot of things. Like I'm really and I've never been this like where I gotta make sure yeah, put the toilet down when you flush it because I like the pee be going on. I never was like that. So now like and it changed unknowingly. I just looked up and was like, oh shit, like I really be paying attention to this now. I used to walk out barefoot. I need to do that more now because we need to ground anyway. But anyway, that's another thing. But I think, but again, with as growing up, it's like you made that decision. You have to stick with it. Oh no, you chose that. And so, what if the growth is that I don't have to I can choose something different.
Yeah.
And I think about my marriage.
That's good.
And I think about my marriage. I went into my marriage unhealthy, having trauma, having trauma, going into my marriage, having trauma. So when I was like, wait, something's wrong and I got to change this, it changed everything because again, I picked my husband out of the trauma lens.
Yes.
So if I'm being told that I got to get married early because I want to have sex, they married her because I want to have sex because I go to hell, and so I'm like, oh, I found somebody. Okay, boom, here he is. I got him. And then, but I'm still growing up and learning me and identifying who I am, and then having to work through trauma. And now I'm working through the trauma, and now I realize like, oh, this person I chose was not in the space of healthy.
Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes, and I'm going to flip that a little bit. Sometimes you get in connection with people, you get in relationship with people, you get in partnership with people to reveal who you are.
Yeah.
So you find through your connections with certain people, because we're all mirrors to each other. You find through those connections who you are, because you get to see parts of yourself in other people. Why is this person my friend? Why did I choose this job? Why did I choose this relationship? Because there's parts of me in that person. And it helps you to see what you don't like in yourself. And you either correct it or you become a part of that. Right? And so when you see like, oh, I don't really like that in that person. It's not necessarily that person, it's you.
Yes.
And so you get to do the work on you while they're continuing to be who they are, which separates you from them. Right? And so this is something that I learned through my therapy. Years ago, when I first started going to therapy, this is one of the big tools that I learned and I think my therapist was helping me through this particular piece so that I would stop claiming to be a victim. I think that's what that particular lesson was for, because I was constantly saying, they did this to me, they did that to me, and I was betrayed, and I was hurt, and I was this, and I was that. But what really she was wanting me to see, and she kept saying, everybody around you is a mirror of you. Everybody around you is a mirror of you. Everybody around. She was saying it and it just never hit. So she kept repeating it, kept repeating it, kept repeating it. And finally, after maybe the 10th time, I'm like, I'm looking at myself. That's who I was when I met you. And now I'm not that person anymore. And so that's where the separation has started to happen. That's when the things start to unravel, right? Because I recognize I'm seeing myself in this relationship. And when I came into this relationship, it's what you just referenced in your marriage. And when I came into this relationship, I was broken. I was toxic. I had trauma. I had negativity. I had all of these things. And you mirrored that. That's why I told you. You were toxic. You were negative. You were this. You were that. Okay, so I chose a person that was like me. I chose me.
Yes. It wasn't like, it wasn't like, it was like you was the beacon. Like, look, I need to find somebody just like my ass.
Which is why we're not a victim.
Yes, exactly.
So like, and this is why. Sometimes people will get aggravated with me when I tell them, no, this happened and they did this to me. And I say, nobody did shit to you. You did that to you. Nobody forces themselves to be your
That's
friend.
right.
Nobody forces themselves in a relationship with you. Nobody comes and tells you you have to work at this place. So we're out here choosing shit based on where we were in that moment when we chose them. And that's not to say that you're all of one thing or another. What it means, though, is there were parts of you that resonated with me, and parts of me that resonated with you. And so we connected. But we connected on something that was not meant to last if one of us started to grow. If one of us started to reshape our thought pattern, that wasn't meant to continue on that way. And so ultimately, it comes down to the fact of we choose ourselves and people, and we get to choose to step away in the same way, right? I got married to two people that, based on where I was in the moment, is why I married them. Did they do something to me? Was I hurt or affected by certain things? Yes, but I contributed to it because I invited you into my space. I invited you into my life. So therefore, I'm not a victim. So people will say, "Oh, this person did this to me, and they did that to me," and I'm like,
"Yeah,
you are a willing participant." And I know that's hard for people to hear, but you were a willing participant. I was a willing participant, and shit that really broke me, hurt me. I'm talking about broke me down, but I was a willing participant of it. So when we understand that and we can grasp that, it really can help us to grow even more. It helps us to evolve into better people, or not, because the choice is whose?
Mine.
You get to
I
choose.
get to choose. Oof.
Sorry, you got to hit it. We almost done.
On one side, right here.
30 minutes. 30 minutes. That much sand left.
30.
That much sand left. 13.
Give me some peppermint oil and put it on my temple.
Go get it while I read the next question. Because I got to hit it, y'all.
Like a little bit.
All right, y'all. Next question. How do you communicate changing standards without guilt? How do you communicate changing standards without guilt?
How do you what?
How do you communicate changing standards
without guilt?
Guilt? Now, that's a big one, right?
Yes.
Because we will feel guilt about some stuff that
we don't even need to.
And cousin, I started to do like this. Here, I put some on your head.
Girl, why I got the empty one? I got an empty one. Why you even empty?
Here, you can get some of mine.
Look, let me. Thank you, cousin.
There you go.
Girl, I don't even know how this is empty.
Yeah, just tap it up there. Just
there.
Did y'all hear my question? How do you communicate changing standards without guilt? I only have one more question I want to get through before 8. So how do you communicate changing standards without guilt?
You might just have it. You just have to. It just is what it is. You might have a little guilt. You just have to keep on going with it. You just have to say, you know what? This just is where I am.
But how do you communicate it is the question. How do you communicate that you change standards, or that your standards have changed or they've evolved, whatever?
How do you communicate that? You send a text message. Text message. We now have text message. Now you don't have to talk to people. You can just text them.
Well, I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna give you another example, y'all. Send you a text message. Okay. So I am a straight shooter. So I'm just gonna just say whatever I need to say. Like, you know, it's really important that, you know, we communicate daily if we are going to be in a relationship in some form or fashion, right? Um, and I don't feel guilty about
Mhm.
that. That's my standard. I would like for you to communicate with me daily. Now, that communication could be in text or phone call or FaceTime, but it needs to be some type of
Mhm.
communication going on to where I'm not sitting back like, oh, okay. No, if we're in a relationship, that's a standard that I'm expressing to you. It may not have been something that was important to me
Mhm.
before, but we are 6 months in now. So at 6 months in, I just need to hear from you on a daily basis. So that's how I would communicate
Right.
that. So I see Don
He
got a
said, write it
comment.
down and then talk it. He said, write it down and then talk it out and explain as calm as possible. He said, if that doesn't work, then text message.
Y'all in these text messages. Okay, last question. Thanks, Don, for responding to that question and interacting with us. Last question. What standards have you raised in your own life recently? What standards have you raised in your own life recently?
I think mine is I want my money because I'm now, transitioning to this in this private practice, and I'm like, because I'm tired of seeing y'all get 30% of my money. I'm tired of seeing it, so my standards are
Mm-hmm.
changing a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And what did I say earlier? This can apply to romantic relationships. It could apply to friendships. It could apply to work. It could apply to
Mm-hmm.
partnerships. It could all of that is applicable.
Mm-hmm.
So a standard that I would say that I has changed recently for me has been once I tell you once,
I'll only tell you a second time.
it didn't freeze. It didn't freeze. Once I tell you once,
I was like, did she? She okay?
I didn't freeze. Once I tell you once,
I'll give you twice. I'll be like, I'm gonna say it a second time. I might. I don't know. I don't even know. I'm like, maybe they didn't hear me the first time. Maybe you didn't hear me the first time. Maybe.
once, once. That's a hard one for me now. Like not hard in applying it,
Mm-hmm.
but it was a hard lesson for
Mm-hmm.
me. Because I feel like people will play in your face. Because once you tell them more than once, they're like, "Oh, I can get away with this.
Mm-hmm.
I can keep doing it." Because she's gonna tell me again and again and again and again, right? So that's one of my new standards. Don has a comment. What
Well,
I will
first
accept
Marcus
for.
said not feeling as guilty for putting myself first. That's good. Then Don said, what I will accept for career, partner, and family issues. Right. Um, and then Don said, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Exactly. And I mean, it's such a cute little cliche statement, but it's
Mm-hmm.
true. Like that's why that's a standard that's changed for me recently because a lot of rope, you just keep here goes some more rope then. Oh, here goes some more rope. And you find yourself being the one that got played in the end.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you tell people something one time and that's it. If it matters, they heard you the first
Mm-hmm.
time. That's it. So that's a huge one for me. Do you guys have any others that you want to share? I'll read the question again. What standards have you raised in your own life recently? What's a standard that you raised? What's something that you're like, you know what, this wasn't important to me before, or I overlooked this before, or it wasn't such a big deal before, but now it is, and I want to implement this change now. I want this to look differently now. So what changes have you recently applied to your life recently? A month ago, 6 months ago, a year ago? What does that look like for you? So as we close this thing out on the conversation about standards, I'll say this. Evolving is the goal as a person, as an individual. That's really the goal. Our goal is to become better human beings, to become better people, not just for other people, but for ourselves, right? So that we don't have the narrative of what I shared earlier about being a victim, about people mistreating me or whatever. It's me accepting the role that I played in that, and inviting certain things in and being that myself. And so I think there's a moment that we have to sit with ourselves and say, you know, I have a great appreciation for the work that I've put in. I have a great appreciation for the lessons that I've learned. I have a great appreciation for the people that have crossed paths with me. But my standards are now differently. Very quick and short story I want to share about how this actually, a lot of times this doesn't work favorable for me because people will get upset about the result of my evolving. But there's an instance that happened maybe about 3 or 4 years ago. Very good friend of mine. I basically just kind of just went away, right? He couldn't find me like that because I just went away. I was like, I gotta step down. I gotta step back. Matter of fact, it was longer than 3 or 4 years ago, but I said, I gotta step back because I'm evolving and you're not. You're doing the same stuff that we did for 4 or 5 years. And now I'm in a different place. I got different shit going on, right? And so I see you doing the same stuff. So I'm just going to separate myself from you. No hard feelings. I still love you. In fact, I want nothing but the best for you. But in order for me to do what I need to do for myself, my standard is to separate myself and do what I need to do for me. And I did. Fast forward, I get a phone call from this friend. And the friend reaches out and says immediately when I answer the phone, I miss you, but I got to tell you something. I understand exactly why you did what you did. I get it. I know what you went and you found. You found peace. He said, I know what you went and you got to understand. And that is, you got to separate yourself. You know, and it was such an amazing conversation. He got it. He says, you didn't separate from me because you didn't love me or care about me anymore. You separated to grow. You separated to do what you needed to do for yourself. You separated because you loved me that much that you even wanted me to see the growth and what it looked like. So in that particular instance, it worked out beautifully because this friend recognized that my standards it was not personal to him. If more people can understand that, we would be so much better off. He understood something so freaking powerful. He understood that my standards was not a personal attack to him. My standards were based upon me deciding to grow, me deciding to heal deeper, me deciding to do what I needed to do and what was going to be best for me. He got that. So it was a beautiful conversation. It was a beautiful way to reconnect with a close friend because he understood My standards had nothing to do with attacking
Mm.
him or belittling him or thinking less of him. My decision to grow and change in my standards was all about me. And I had somebody understand that and
Yeah.
get that. And so that's
Ooh,
cool,
I love
right?
that. I
That's
love
a
that.
I said I was gonna make it short and sweet. So I made it short and sweet. Does anybody have anything they want to share or add or ask about or anything
Anything.
before we close this thing out? Because cousin got a headache and
I
she
know. I
hungry.
was like, I was trying to hide it. I've been young since 3 o'clock.
Oh man.
But
I tell you what, I've basically kind of been talking all day. I cannot wait to shut my
I'm
mouth
about to put some bacon.
because I've been talking
I'm
all
about to put
day.
a sweet potato in the oven and eat some burnt ends.
Oh, I made you think about a sweet potato, or that's what you was making.
I was thinking about it earlier today, and then you said you had one. I was like, ha. We was on the same page.
That sweet potato was good too.
I just need some butter and some
That was
cinnamon.
a good old sweet potato.
Some butter and some cinnamon.
So I don't see any questions or comments. So let's go ahead and close this thing out, cousin.
All right. Thank you guys for showing up, not only for us, but for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And let's do some deep breaths. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5. All of life comes to us with ease and joy and glory. How does it get any better than this? And what else is possible? Hmm.
Thank y'all.
Ashe and namaste.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We love to have these deep conversations with you all. We know that we are not the authors of life. We don't know everything. We're not trying to tell you we know everything. We share our own personal experiences and life stories and even share a little bit of what we've heard here and there. And so we thank you all for continuing to show up and to support and to engage with
Yes,
us. It means a lot.
yes.
Data Affirm the Real is not something that we do to make a lot of
Mm.
money. That's clear. We do this because we really want to highlight the positive sides of being in relationship with yourself first
Yes.
and whoever you
Mhm.
choose and whoever you grow to become.
Yes.
And so as you continue to support this channel, make sure that you have subscribed to our YouTube channel. Make sure that you are following our IG
Mm.
channel. We've asked for engagement regarding something that we want to do on the dating side. We are interested in pairing people up on a dating side, but it's going to be a very healthy, strategic way that we do this. And we want to have an event, but we need your engagement.
Mm.
We need for you to participate. We need your feedback, your thoughts, and ideas so that this can truly come into fruition if you wanted to. Because I got a husband, and if you don't want to be a part of something where you can possibly meet a partner or another friend or a partner in business, um, maybe just do some networking.
Mhm.
Whatever comes of it, we are really trying to connect really good
Mm.
people. So there's a vetting system that we have to really connect good people. We're not just throwing people in the pot.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
This ain't no gumbo
Right.
shit.
Right. 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 Right.
We just throwing stuff in and being like,
Let's see what happens.
oh, we hope that just
Yeah.
works out. No.
Just see.
So again, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for supporting. Go out and subscribe to YouTube. Go out to the Facebook page and you can complete an application on there. I'll post that link again where you can complete the application to get
Mm.
started on connecting. Anything else? Am I missing anything else, cousin?
That is all.
That's it. That's all. All right, y'all. Until next time. Next week, we got Don and we got Marcus Goodwin on the line.
Yeah.
We got the poet Junior Lily.
That's right.
Look. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready for this? All right.
Yay.
See you next Tuesday.
Bye, guys.